guys, welcome back to my channel. One question. What happens when you filter a photo? You make it more beautiful, you make it more distorted, and the farther away from reality it is. So what happens when you extend that filter to your emotions and thoughts? I'm all about honesty on this channel, and I'm not some divine, perfect creature that came to lecture you guys. I filter my emotions constantly. I overthink everything. I create multiple scenarios, multiple emotional reactions, side reactions to the fact that maybe those scenarios change, so I can be prepared
for everything.
But guess what? It hardly ever works. And I usually come out with heart palpitation, nauseous, emotionally psychological drain, and then I'm wondering, what's the meaning of life? Here's a few examples. Please let me know in the comments below, what are you guilty of? Because, disclosure, I am guilty of all. So how do you know when you're filtering your thoughts or your emotions? How do you get away from this self-sabotage? Here are a few tips and a few examples for you to start kicking that self-sabotage mind filtering mindset. Filter number 1. The negative filter. The easiest example I can think of this one is posting something on Instagram and getting 1,000 likes and 300 comments. That's never happened to me. I'm lucky if I get 50 likes. But you get all these comments, you get all these likes, and then you get that one comment. One little small comment that you're ugly or you're fat or they don't like what you're wearing. And that one comment ruins the entire post. And it's just like, if you take it statistically, it never makes sense, because how can that one comment ruin everything? 2. The overthinking filter, or what I like to call the what if filter. Now, I'm sorry guys, but I claim the throne on this one. I am the ultimate overthinking queen. But how do you know you're doing it? Your thoughts are not usually statements. They're more likely a myriad of questions starting with the word what if. Example. Now, I'm going to use he in this scenario, not because this is a sexist thing or that males and females do it more or whatever. It's just the fact that if I say the word significant other more than 2-3 times, I get pissed off. So, example. You're sitting on the couch, you're watching a movie, it's all nice and romantic, maybe you're making out a bit, a little action, and then suddenly it happens. His phone buzzes. So, he picks up his phone and he slightly turns it away from you and starts texting. And once he's done, are you ready? He places the phone
Face down.
and then it starts.
What if he doesn't trust me? What if he's hiding something? What if I overreacted that one time I asked him who he was texting? Oh my god, he cheated on me. What if I overreacted that one time that I did something that I don't know what I did, but he thinks I did something? Maybe now he's angry about me? What if he's overwhelmed? Oh my god, what if he thinks I'm spying on him?
Which usually leads to the 3rd filter, the catastrophizing filter.
That's it. He no longer wants me. He's gonna break up with me. So, okay, if I touch his hand and he doesn't respond, that means he's angry. Or that he doesn't love me. Or that he doesn't like me. Or that he doesn't find me attractive anymore. That's it. I need to break up with him. I need to break up with him before he breaks up with me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna die alone.
Okay, breathe. Let's reverse that. Was that really necessary? And I'm going to use what if again, but I'm going to change it. What if it was the exact opposite effect? What if he actually was enjoying your time together? What if he picked up his phone and the reason he put it face down is that he didn't want any more distractions? And now you have blown it completely out of proportion. I am extremely guilty for the 4th filter, the masturbation filter. And get your mind out of the gutter, I said masturbation. Also known as the should-ing filter. Now this term was coined by Albert Ellis, and it basically means that you are adhering to a standard set of rules that you apply that can be unrealistic, very demanding, that apply not only to yourself, but to others. An example is, I should get a good job, I should be social, I should go out. But the thing I'm mostly guilty of is masturbating others. Again, get your mind out of the gutter. Which means that I think just because I acted a certain way, they should act in an identical way. Which is crazy, right? Because not only we are not identical, our upbringing is different, our surroundings are different, our values are different. So it's kind of like I'm setting myself up to disappointment. Therefore, just because I did something or doesn't mean that the other person is required to do it also. Because then it brings in a narcissistic, kind of selfish actually thinking, if you think about it, point of view. The fact that just because I did it means that the other person needs to reciprocate in the exact same manner. And this brings me to my fifth filter, which is usually associated with the masturbation filter. The mind reading filter. The thing I'm mostly guilty of is that I assume that the person should know what's going on. See, you're bringing the shitting filter here. So I assume that just because I know how I feel or I know how I would react, that the other person should read my mind and should have in the mind reading filter. And I think that this is something that the other person should possess, as if it's some kind of built-in software. A simple example of this. Now, according to some studies, women are actually more capable of producing inauthentic smiles. So it's the classic,
I'm fine.
when in reality, it's,
I will smother you in your sleep.
Now, I'm not saying that men are emotionally ignorant, some kind of physical Neanderthal. It's just that studies have shown that women are much more capable of recognizing social and emotional cues. They can understand better when a person is angry or happy. And because we have that trait, we immediately assume that the opposite sex, or even sometimes the same sex, should also possess this trait. And the most classic example that I am guilty of, and I have done multiple times, pretty much lost count. Yo babe, are you angry? No. Well, you look angry. I'm fine. Okay babe, you sure? Well, if you don't know, obviously you can't see that you did something wrong. Did I do something? You should know what you did wrong. And the guy's sitting there and he's like, why did I even ask? So next time, instead of doing this whole mental game, instead of going through this whole roller coaster, just turn around and be like, I'm angry because, or I feel this because. Honestly, sometimes they don't have a freaking clue. The personalized filter. Also, like what I like to call the narcissistic, the world revolves around me filter. This is usually accompanied by the what if overthinking filter, because the more filters you apply, the prettier the picture becomes, right? But the difference between the overthinking filter is that it actually has nothing to do with you. And you think that everything and everyone's response is revolved around you. So the most common example I can think of is a person having a crappy day. And instead of you accepting the fact that they're having a crappy day, even if they tell you, you're thinking, well, what did I do? And it kind of goes two ways. You either get even more pissed off at the person who's already having a crappy day, by the way, let's emphasize that. And you're thinking, well, I've done everything right. Why are they angry at me? Or you get into the whole overthinking, self-doubt, catastrophizing filter that I mentioned previously, and you're thinking, well, what the hell did I do wrong? So, like I said, I am guilty of all these filters, and I am battling constantly trying to defilter my thoughts, because please, filter your photos, not your thoughts. I mean, obviously, it's even better if you don't filter your photos, but I get it, I do it, everyone does it. If you like what I said, don't forget, smash that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, only if you liked what I said. That's it, folks.